So on the first play of the game yesterday, we all witnessed an unfortunate drop by Christian Watson, his first play of the entire season, the Packers' first play of the entire season. Christian Watson, of course, beats Patrick Peterson wide open. Aaron Rodgers throws a perfect ball right to Christian Watson. His hands were too far apart. He drops the pass, which would have been an easy touchdown to start the game for the Packers, which would have clearly changed things if the Packers started off on that hot note. And I want to come in here and read what Christian Watson had to say after the game, sort of how he's responding to this. And in his interview, you could just sort of see that he was still carrying himself very well. He could have been down on himself, but he seemed positive, and I think that sort of shows the kind of person he is. And I'm excited to see what he can do going forward because he's clearly a great athlete. He made a mistake, and I think he's going to build off of it. So here's what he had to say. He said, "I just know that it's a play that I'm going to make 99 times out of 100. I would have said 100 out of 100 if it weren't for today. But it's just a play that I know that I can make, and going forward, I'm going to make that play every single time. I just got to understand that I know what I'm capable of, and I know what the standard is, and I'm going to uphold that from here on out." So, we can't judge a receiver off of one play in one game or one game overall. His first game of the entire year, he dealt with a knee injury in preseason, so he was even more probably rusty than some of these other guys. But it sort of shows the trust the Packers have in him. The fact that they were willing to put him out there on the first play of the game and, run a play where Rodgers is like targeting Christian Watson deep on the first play of the entire game. It sort of shows the trust the Packers have in Christian Watson. And clearly he can't continue to drop the ball or he's going to, lose that trust with Rodgers. But it was just one play. And Christian Watson, he knows the mistakes he made. Like any receiver who drops the ball, they're not wanting to drop the ball, obviously. So hopefully he can build off this. I think he's going to be a great player. So reporters said, "Your teammates were very supportive after that first play. What did that mean to you?" He says this, "It meant a lot. I know that those guys have my back 100%, and I know what I'm capable of, and I think they know what I'm capable of as well. It's just good to know that they're going to hold me to that standard as well. When I need a kick to get going again, I know that they're going to give it to me. That just makes me want to go out there and play and be great for them. It's just great to have that family atmosphere and that brotherhood in the locker room." So it's nice to see the Packers, coming around Christian Watson in a tough play, in a tough, situation there, dropping the first pass of the game. Obviously, he's probably going to, everyone's focusing on that play because it was, a big mistake in an important situation to start the game, which is unfortunate. But as he said, he's going to build off of it. The Packers are supportive around him. And we know how much the Packers value Christian Watson. The fact that they are willing to trade 2 second-round picks to move up to the top of the second round to draft Christian Watson. He's an insane athlete, 6'4", insane speed, and we saw that on that play. Even though he did drop it, he did get open. So, going forward, I think the Packers are going to keep looking his way, allowing him to go out there and try to beat the defense deep because he clearly, opens his offense for the Packers having that speed. Last year the past few years, having Marquez Valdes-Scantling, even though he wasn't a full-on, I'd say, do everything kind of receiver, he did have that role last year of just opening this Packers offense. When you have a guy who runs as quickly as MVS does, the defense has to prepare and be ready for that on every single play. And I think a similar thing applies to Christian Watson. He has that insane, 4.34, something like that, crazy speed at 6'4", and I think that he's even more of an all-around receiver than Marquez Valdes-Scantling is. So it's only one game, his first game of his entire career. I think he has a very positive, a good career looking ahead to the future for Christian Watson and what he adds to this Packers offense. And as I talked about in the last video with Rodgers and his comments on, the young receivers, it's going to take time. They're going to have mental mistakes. They have to build on it and grow. And I think that Christian Watson is ready to sort of build off of this performance and, get better going forward as the season continues for the Packers. But that is all I wanted to cover. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, Luke_Beller, I'm starting to post more over there. As news comes out, I'll post it there first and then here to YouTube. So if you want to get, stuff as quick as possible, follow me over there at Twitter, Luke_Beller. Link also in the description down below. But that's all I have for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.